Hi, everyone. In the past year, I have become friends with Britt Mooney, who was featured on the Work Life Eubiosis podcast last November. If you would like to go back and listen to that amazing conversation, it's episode number 48 called Reborn for This. It was a powerful conversation about our individual purposes as Christians on this side of heaven. Britt is an author, missionary, and podcaster of Kingdom Over Coffee. I'm recording this special episode as an announcement of a new collaboration with me and Britt. Who knows where this will take us, but we are both excited to work with each other. This past week, Britt and I launched a 7-part podcast mini-series on the fairy tale Dapple Grim. Dapple Grim is a lesser-known but powerful ancient story about the bravery of a young lad and his gifted horse facing the many obstacles of this world. Like all fairy tales, and this is a spoiler alert, the young lad's journey has a happily ever after ending. But what's unique about this fairy tale and the series is that we are going deeper into the character development of a multifaceted, wholehearted individual, the parallels to similar stories in the Bible, and aligning some core applications for our own journeys. Our mutual goal of this series is to reignite the passion for reading stories, from the Bible to ancient literature to the classics, all the way to fairy tales. But not just to read it to say that you've read it, but to go deeper, to find the deeper and richer wisdom. It's amazing some of the ancient truths and metaphors hidden in between the lines of our ancient texts. And when you can come together with other seekers, it's even more exciting to talk about our revelations. Specifically for Dapple Grim, boy, oh boy, is this fairy tale rich in allegories and wisdom that we can all use in this world that we are navigating through today. No matter your walk in life, there are many lessons that can be lifted from this fairy tale. But one of the main themes is around living a purposeful life. But maybe you will get something else from it. That's the power of story. Story reaches and touches in so many ways. If you're fascinated by fairy tales, folklore, allegories, or just stories in general, I invite you to follow the series by clicking on the link in the show notes or looking up the podcast called Kingdom Over Coffee. The introductory episode of this fairy tale is number 163, Ancient Wisdom to Live Wholeheartedly. With that being said, I'm excited to share a short clip of the narration of Dapple Grim. To hear the full fairy tale, our commentary, and much more, visit Kingdom Over Coffee. Thank you for your support. We'll be right back with the teaser of Dapple Grim. You are listening to the Work Life Eubiosis podcast with your host, Charleston Edwards. If this is your first time here, welcome. My goal is simple: to eradicate burnout and to bring harmony, purpose, and balance to this world, starting with the family. My hope is that this show and the story shared will provide encouragement and ideas that will be valuable to you on your journey to work-life freedom. So let's dive in to today's episode.
Dapple Grim. Once upon a time, there was a rich couple who had 12 sons. But the youngest, when he was grown up, said he wouldn't stay any longer at home, but be off into the world to try his luck. His father and mother said he did very well at home and had better stay where he was. But no, he couldn't rest. Away he must and would go. So at last they gave him leave, and when he had walked a good bit, he came to a king's palace, where he asked for a place, and got it. Now the daughter of the king of that land had been carried off into the hill by a troll, and the king had no other children, so he and all his land were in great grief and sorrow. And the king gave his word that anyone who could set her free should have the princess and half the kingdom. But there was no one who could do it, though many tried. So when the lad had been there a year or so, he longed to go home again and see his father and mother, and back he went. But when he got home, his father and mother were dead, and his brothers had shared all that the old people owned between them, and so there was nothing left for the lad. "Shan't I have anything at all, then, out of father's and mother's goods?" said the lad. "Who could tell you were still alive when you went gadding and wandering about so long?" said his brothers. "But all the same, there are 12 mares up on the hill, which we haven't yet shared among us. If you choose to take them for your share, you're quite welcome." Yes, the lad was quite content, so he thanked his brothers and went at once up on the hill, where the 12 mares were out at grass. And when he got up there and found them, each of them had a foal at her side, and one of them had besides, along with her, a big dapple gray foal, which was so sleek that the sun shone from its coat. "Fine fellow you are, my little foal," said the lad.
Thank you for listening to the Work-Life Eubiosis podcast, part of the Work-Life resources created by Own Your 5 to 9. I hope that you have found encouragement and a few ideas to strengthen your journey to purpose, freedom, and balance. Have you overcome burnout and found a new way of life? Millions around the globe are still at the risk of burnout and losing it all. And your story may be the one that sparks not only a dream, but action. Visit ownyour5to9.com for more information and submit your story. While you're there, join the Work-Life Eubiosis newsletter and receive additional resources weekly right to your inbox. If you enjoy this podcast, take time to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Share it with a friend or loved one. Remember, the most important organization in the world is the family. Let's do our part to strengthen it. Thank you for listening.